we're back with another episode.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Face Off
with Fleming and Fowler.
Ooh, your voice sounds really good. You don't sound as nasally now.
Really?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good.
I have, the allergies up in here.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Mercury's in retrograde, is that it?
Mercury is in retrograde. Everyone watch your words, your
What does that
actions, and your
mean?
feelings.
Mercury's in retrograde. What does that mean?
So Mercury spins like how the planets spin, right?
Yeah.
So there is a time and a position, and it happens where when we look at Mercury, it appears as if it is spinning the opposite direction.
Oh,
that is called
thing?
Mercury retrograde for us, and it just is like those are times when like you might lose your key. Like it's one of those days you're having that's off. You can't find your keys. You're stuck in traffic. You keep saying the wrong thing. You send the wrong email out, or like stuff like that.
That's what I was doing today. I was just like messing up everything. I was dropping everything. I was meal prepping and stuff, and I just kept dropping everything.
Just like those random little things that slow you up. Your day's not going. So like you may say something to someone offhandedly, and they're like, "What the fuck?" It comes off super rude. You didn't mean it that way. You're slipping over your words. That's Mercury retrograde.
Gotcha.
So that's when you don't want to like sign any important contracts or like have big discussions with people. You want to wait.
Send messages to your ex.
That usually tends to wait until Mercury, we call it, goes direct. So.
Oh, cool beans.
So I would hold out for a while on that.
Okay, well, duly noted. Well, first things first, we got to talk about, before we even talk about our weeks, I just want to say a special little shout out to Florida Agricultural Mechanical University, also known as FAMU. Go Rattlers! It is our birthday. Well, when this podcast comes out, it'll be belated birthday, but today is Sunday, October the 3rd. Florida Agricultural Mechanical.
Girls Day. No?
You do this every time you interrupt me when I am trying to say happy birthday to Florida A&M University. You're disrespectful muskrat, you PWI goer. The greatest HBCU in the land, FAMU, also known as Florida Agricultural Mechanical University, home of the Marching 100 that sits on the highest of 7 hills. Happy birthday, October the 3rd, 1887, baby. That's all I want to say.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, it's also Mean Girls Day.
What is Mean Girls Day? Is that from the movie Mean Girls?
Yeah. Oh. When she's like, he asked me what day it was, and she's like, it's October 3rd. No? Don't remember that? Okay.
I remember the movie because I did see it. I actually
They're sitting in the math class, and she's like in love with that guy. Mm-hmm. And she's like, on Wednesday, he asked me what day it was. And he's like, hey, what day is it? And she's like, it's October 3rd. So it's Mean Girls Day.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yes. So how was your week this past week?
I can't complain. I've had a busy last couple of weekends.
Well, if you don't complain that we don't get content for the podcast.
You're right. Let me tell you.
Thank you.
We've had a busy last couple of months. I just feel like I'm running around everywhere. Bright side of that is I sat back yesterday and I was like, friend wise, I have such a solid foundation, good base. Mm-hmm. Like I'm rocking with them. I'm rocking with, what does he say? I'm rocking with...
That's my man. I'm a stick beside... No? Okay.
When he's like, I'm rocking with Greg because Greg rocks with us. Or what the fuck TikTok is that? Shit. That white guy.
There's so many.
Fuck.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
I'm rocking with Block. Oh, man. Anyway.
You did the same thing with the whole pumpkin spice.
I know. Dude, I'm losing. It's because I don't take my medicine on the weekends. I was just looking around and I was like, damn, I really fucks with my friends and I love them.
That's
and
good.
Some people don't have friends or they have shit friends. And that's not my situation. So
that's awesome.
Feeling way up. I feel blessed. So yeah, I was trying to be yesterday I answered the phone. My cousin called me and I guess I just wasn't like, what do you want? I'm having a horrible night. Mm-hmm. And he was like, wow, you sound like you're in such a good mood. And I was like, damn, I must be fucking depressing to be around all the time. Maybe I should switch it up.
Could be your toxic job though.
Could be, but who knows? Can't quit it. Have a mortgage.
That's very true. Yeah,
here I am.
You're officially an adult now, so
fucking sucks. How was your week?
My week was pretty good. It actually flew by. Like by the time I woke up Monday, it was like, bitch, it's Friday already. Oh my god,
that's nice.
Yeah, so I didn't have any complaints. Thank God. Yeah, it was a pretty normal, boring week. A lady kind of stalked me yesterday at Natural Grocers, this store.
Stalked you at Natural Grocers?
Yeah, she just like you know how the TikTok little videos like, as a black person, you're never alone. There's always a white person somewhere like in your minding your business or whatever. So she just comes up to me and she's just like in my face and like following me. And I'm like, what the fuck do you want, lady? And she's like, I love your glasses. I was like, oh, thank you.
Everyone does compliment those glasses.
They do, but I had the red ones on though.
Ooh.
And I just bought like 4 more pair. So hopefully they'll be here by the end of
Every
next
time
week.
I wear my like thick dark frame glasses, people call me Kris Jenner and I never know how to take it.
Kris Jenner?
Mm-hmm. Ever heard of her?
You look nothing like Kris Jenner.
I know. I guess they're just like Kris Jenner-ish glasses. And I'm just like, okay. Like,
So Kris
she is
Jenner
a
invented fucking
powerful
glasses.
and influential woman. I'll take it.
Who? Never mind. I
She's
won't even get into that. I was gonna say who literally used her daughter's sex tape to get them all famous. Like,
I said powerful and influential,
very true.
which she has been.
I can't take it from her. You know, it's her. All her children are
Here's my thing.
multimillionaires.
I mean,
Except for Rob.
I just can't put it, like, if I knew my daughter was hot and would recover financially, and like that sex would be her,
I'll never financially recover from this.
like sex would be her brand, maybe I would push it too. I'd be like, let's capitalize. You'll be fine, honey.
That's no.
She seems to be all right.
No. That's horrible.
They can afford therapy.
Yeah, I guess. Well, you know. Well, we are in the month of October, so pumpkin spice. I was able to get some pumpkin spice brioche bread from Trader Joe's.
I haven't made my seasonal Trader Joe's trip, and I'm pissed because I think
did.
you did. I think it's all gonna be sold out when I go.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I went yesterday, and the lady was just like, "Yeah, most of our pumpkin spice stuff that we have, like whatever is out is just left." And I'm like, "What the hell, dude?" So I bought
It's
this.
only October the 3rd.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, "Ma'am," she's like, "Well, yeah, because we're getting ready for Thanksgiving." I'm like, "That's when pumpkin spice really hits. Is like November. Like, what the hell? Don't skip out."
I would say like peak pumpkin spice is end of October to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To like November.
But I'm like, it goes through the whole part of October. So I'm just like,
We
why
got
did y'all
3
run out so
solid
fast?
months of pumpkin.
That's what I'm saying. So I was so pissed. So Trader Joe's, if you guys see this, please send Fleming and Fowler some of your pumpkin spice brioche bread. Oh my God, that
We
stuff.
could use it.
It was so thick it couldn't even fit in my daggone toaster. So I had to put it in my air fryer.
So
But
thick
anyway.
it ain't been the toaster.
No, thickums.
So Joe, if you're out there, send some our way.
please, we don't want to pay for it, but
No,
we will
we
if we have to.
won't. We will
But
not.
Yes. Also, this month of October, even piggybacking off of pumpkin spice, it is physical therapy month. Woohoo! Why you gotta be so dry for us when we were so
it's
excited for
physical
you?
therapy, because it's fun to be excited for the little guy. I'm not gonna be excited for the big guy.
We celebrated speech therapy month as well.
I do love speech therapists.
So you just fuck us as physical therapists.
I don't
God
hate you
dang.
as physical therapists, but God.
Well, we can't help that y'all are, people don't acknowledge you all. I'm an advocate for OT. I am.
I'm like, you guys need a whole month, truly.
You had a whole month.
You get every other month. You get every month.
I would say, yeah, we do definitely get every day. Yeah.
Every day. Oh, or there's a
Absolutely.
physical therapy's here. Are you with the physical therapist?
Oh, you got 2 for 1. Two physical therapists.
2 different services.
Exactly. Well, yeah, it is physical therapy month. So happy physical therapy month to all of our physical therapists out there. We love you. Take care of your backs. Fuck these patients.
Truly
And
take care of
take
your
care
back.
of yourself.
Yo.
Yeah. Are you gonna say that for the rehab corner for your back stories?
My back stories. Yeah, I'll save that for the rehab.
Oh
corner.
Jesus! Also, too, on the backs of October, we have a lot going on this month. Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
That I will give a hell yeah to.
Woo-hoo. Check your boobies. Check your boobies.
Check.
Check your boobies. Check your boobies. So yes, it is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the month of October. Ladies, do your self breast checks or have your spouses, your sneaky links, whomever, check your breasts for you to make sure you don't have any lumps.
A friend, a buddy, a passerby.
Absolutely. A best friend, it could be a guy or girl or whoever or a
Coworker,
person.
supervisor.
Absolutely. Just check your boobs, man. Check your boobs every single month. Piggybacking off of that, my mom is a breast cancer survivor. And this year was on September 15th, actually. 2021 was her 11th year.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's been thankfully negative ever since and has, God healed her body, and I'm grateful for that. And so, I have my breast cancer tattoo. My sister has one as well, too. My older sister, she won't get one because she's scared of needles. Anyway, but she has like a thing on her car. But anyway, kind of piggybacking off of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The squad, right, from Congress, like AOC and Ayanna Pressley, and
I feel like that would require me paying attention to politics.
the 4 women in politics.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yes, the black woman, Hispanic, Southeast
Great,
Asian.
yeah.
No, I was just trying to figure out the best way to describe her. She's Muslim. She wears the hijab.
Okay.
I can't remember her name. Sweet Jesus. I just call them the squad. They're the squad in Congress. Anyway, so the black one from the squad.
Followers for that one.
No, right? Just I'll edit it. It's okay. So the black one,
She's like, there's
Ayanna.
the brown one and the browner one, and then there's the light-skinned Hispanic girl from Brooklyn.
Exactly. So the black one, Ayanna, or Ayanna, Ayanna Presley. Name. Anyway, she has alopecia and she cut off all her hair. Like she used to wear wigs and stuff like that, but she decided just to go completely bald and shave it all off, what was remaining. And she actually wants Medicare to cover wigs.
They should, and nice ones.
Yes.
Like Beyonce's lace front.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. Because I think that should be included in it. Because I know even with breast cancer, even with my people that I know who have gone through breast cancer close to me and, people from adjacent, whatever. Even when you have prosthetics, like most insurances will cover you to get the, the breast implant.
Won't they even cover you to get tattooed, like a tattooed nipple?
No, I don't think that's not covered by insurance.
It's not covered.
Because I think that's kind of like a personal choice, honestly. Like because you don't necessarily need to put a nipple there. Because it's just a flat surface. So I don't know.
But if you get reconstructed. Oh,
well, no, the nipple's already going to be there. Because when they reconstruct, they put a spacer in.
So it would be.
So you'll still have your nipple. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But even too, like the bras and stuff, like post mastectomy bras are expensive, y'all. Expensive as shit. Like some of those bras are like $100 a piece. And so some insurances do cover like, if you get, they'll cover you 2 or 3 bras for the year, which I'm like, who the fuck wears 2 or 3 bras at a time? Like people need more than that. Like at least 7. Can we get one for every day of the week?
One for every day.
Exactly. So
I want a cute lacy bra, a sport bra, a cotton bra, and around the house bralette.
You got to get a raggedy bra.
I probably need a raggedy bra, a bra I'm going to wear to like high class things, a strapless bra.
Yeah, a bra that lifts you up.
Yeah.
And then a bra that just
so if you can get on that, Humana, appreciate it.
Definitely.
Blue Cross Blue Shield, if you're listening.
Yeah, I definitely think that should be that should absolutely be.
I mean, I'm paying for insurance.
Yeah.
I would like you to pay for my beautiful ass wig.
Absolutely, because that stuff is expensive.
Yeah. Or even a disc, you know what I mean? Like a discounted, like everything else.
No, it should just be covered. It should be free.
Yeah.
It should absolutely be free. Definitely.
That shit is fucking cancer is rough.
It really is. It strips a lot from you, and it could be a very lonely time for the person going through it. No matter how many people are around you, I mean, it could be 100 people in the room with you, and you still feel alone because you're the only one that's unfortunately battling it. And especially too for children, I think that should definitely be covered because children are mean. Oh God, they're horrible people.
Dude, remember all those things they would say about like locks of love and how they don't even, all the hair doesn't even really go to.
It's horrible. It's horrible. But yeah,
allegedly, I don't know.
Yes, please say allegedly for the podcast. But yeah, so yes, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. All of our survivors, everybody that's going through breast cancer, who knows somebody who's been affected, or even if you've lost somebody due to their battle with breast cancer, just know that the Face Off with Lynn Fowler, we are with you guys, praying with you guys. We are a community and it's strong. I need to find a Relay for Life here to do the breast cancer walk. That's what I would really need to find.
Our walks, are we back on the walks?
I don't know if they're doing them again this year.
Are they still doing everything virtual? ACL's happening right now, so I figure we're back on the bandwagon. Yeah, dude, the crowd for ACL, I saw a video of it last night.
Was it crazy big?
Packed, huge, but it was like Miley, Meg Thee Stallion, Billie Eilish is here. Like,
surely if they can do concerts, they can do a Relay for Life.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, which one is more important? Definitely Relay for Life. Absolutely. I mean, they're both equally great, opportunities. Anywho, neither here nor there. All right, let's get into some other stuff. So COVID, got to talk about it.
Never heard of her.
I know, right?
Who?
So do you want to tell people what just happened to you?
No? What just happened? The booster.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got y'all.
You're like, what just happened?
I do this fun thing called acting and not thinking. I'm going to blame my ADD. But we got an email at work that was like, hey, Boost is here. Y'all can get them. HEB's providing them. And I love HEB. I'd live and die for that store. I'll do anything for them.
See how you feel about HEB? I feel like that about Publix.
So understandable. I get it.
Yeah.
So we got the email and I immediately was like, we have to go. Let's go tomorrow. Signing up. 2:30. Let's get our booster. Bitch. First of all, they were like, the biggest symptoms people are reporting from the booster are headache, fatigue, and sore arm. And I was like, okay. And the guy who was doing my shot was like, did you have any adverse effects from the last shot? And I was like, well, I felt pretty bad. Like, horrible. I felt super congested, like I was getting a flu. And he was like, oh, okay, well.
Might not want to get this one.
Yeah, as he's like stabbing in his arm, he's like,
Any side effects? Oh, I'm gonna feel like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bitch, yeah. So I was like, okay, not bad. So like, We went through that day. It was fine. I went home. I was pretty okay. I woke up the next morning. I get to work. I was okay. I had a cup of coffee and then I was like, like I could feel my body powering down. It felt like someone punched me in the arm a million times, but I was kind of expecting
So it was way worse than the second one was a little bit painful for just 24 hours.
Dude, no, my arm hurt so bad.
Like the flu shot?
Like the flu shot.
Oh, okay.
And so then the next day I was delirious at work. I was just like laughing, then sad, then angry, then tired. And like nothing I typed made sense. Couldn't concentrate. It was, and it wasn't just me. It was, everyone in the office who had gotten the booster shot felt the same way.
Wow.
I felt like a nut. And I was so tired. I like would just sit there and stare at the screen, couldn't do anything. I would go home and just lay there, couldn't do anything.
How long did it last?
Like 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah, a feeling like
Regerts.
just feeling off, like feeling like you're about to get sick, but it never really came. So then, right when that started clearing up, the Lord was like, and tropical storms or whatever the hell was happening here, where it was raining for like 24 hours at a time. It just kicked up all these allergens and shit. So then my allergies started. I feel like I was getting a sinus infection or something, and that's where we've been at.
Wow. See, I hadn't been out of the house, so
yeah. And so I'm at work feeling like shit, and I was trying to tell people like I don't feel like typical COVID. Like I don't feel like cold or I just feel like a head cold or something. Like I can't concentrate. All these things, and they're like, "Well, you have COVID right now," and I was like, "You're right. Those motherfuckers injected me with it."
That's very true.
So
no more mRNA for you, bitch.
Truly. So I feel bad for everyone with COVID because that shit sucks.
It does.
And yeah, everyone was like, "Do you think you do have COVID?" I was like, "I'm triple vaccinated at this point. I don't fucking have COVID."
Yeah.
I have allergies and a shit immune system. But moral of the story is it was time for boosters. I hope everyone's excited.
I can't get mine yet.
You have to wait.
Yeah, I have to wait a few more months.
Yeah, that's okay. Wait it out.
Yeah.
HEB will be there when you're ready.
Well, since I got mine at CVS, I don't think it's like getting Shell gas and then I got Pfizer. It's like getting Shell gas and then going to get an HEB gas. You shouldn't mix them.
That's true. You probably shouldn't mix them.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. I was fine. I just like to be dramatic.
Pure Aryan white Pfizer.
They were offering the flu shot and the booster at the same time, and I was like, the flu ain't fluing anymore. We're all COVID up in here. I'm not getting a fucking flu vaccine. And then the guy giving it to me was like, "Do you have any comorbidities?" And I was like, "I'm kind of chunky."
I hate you. I hate everything about you.
But I have asthma, and he was like, "Oh, have you ever considered getting the pneumonia vaccine?" I said, "I'm not 65, sir."
You're 27.
I looked at him and I was like, "Well, I'm not 65, so no." He was like, "Well, you don't have to be, and it would be really good for you." And I was like, "Stop pushing things." I became an anti-vaxxer, like as I'm getting this booster in my arm, and I was like, "I do not need any more vaccines. Thank you." He was like, "You want a flu shot? You want a fucking pneumonia shot?" No. I was like, "I came here for the booster, and that's it."
Did they at least give you like a bag of chips or like a $5?
No, there were no snacks. So there were no snacks. So usually at work, the hospital provides the vaccine, so it's like
there's incentives.
It's this whole experience. You walk in, you have to. Did they make you sit for? Or you didn't get it at work? Never mind.
No, but they made me. When I got it, they like CVS was like they said that you could leave if you wanted to, but they recommend you sitting for 15 minutes.
So when the hospital had put it on, right, they were like, you have to like they do not let you leave. You have to sign in and sign out and say like you have to come back at the time to sign yourself back out.
Oh wow.
But they have to do that. They have snacks. They have good snacks, like full.
It's because it's a hospital.
An ice box full of all the drinks you could want, all these snacks. So it was great. HEB said, and they made me stay for 30 minutes because I have asthma. Because they were like, we want to watch you a little extra. HEB was like, I could give a fuck. Just if you want to leave, you can't. He literally. I was like, I don't feel safe here, and there's no snacks. And he's trying to shoot me up with 8 different vaccines at a time.
Trying to give me pneumonia, the flu, leprosy.
So.
That's crazy. I can't get my booster for another couple months. So hopefully by that time I won't have to get it. I don't like shots. Shots suck, man. Yeah. It's horrible. Anyway.
It's not the best thing. But I'm boosted.
Well, with all the controversy kind of, piggybacking off of COVID, there's been a lot of stuff that's been going on in the news lately, especially pertaining to vaccine mandates. The city of New York has now mandated all of their workers to get vaccinated. Not all of their workers, sorry. They're requiring the vaccines for children ages 12 to 18 now to be able to go to school. And California even put into place where their hospital employees have to be vaccinated. And if they're not, then, a lot of them were fired, like, because they refused to get the actual vaccine. So there's a lot of different states now that are putting mandates in place, and they're executing them. Even the, what's the airline? United. Yeah,
First
I was
of
about
all,
to say United Healthcare, but
United is trash
Airlines.
to fly. So
Allegedly. But if you want to give us free tickets, we'll take them.
Oh no, I'll always take a free trip.
Yes.
We were talking about that the other day. What's your favorite airline to fly?
Delta.
That.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah, Delta. New planes. You got good screens. USB chargers.
Oh shit. Sorry.
I'll always fly Southwest because it's usually cheap, and then I can carry on or I can check for free.
Sometimes I'll do a one-way with Delta, and then flying back, I'll do Southwest.
You're like, fuck it. I just want to get home.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I love Delta. Okay.
Delta's my favorite because their seats. I feel like Delta, they're pro obese people, and I love that.
Delta's like the target.
So, yeah, they definitely are.
Yeah,
and especially when we went to Paris, fucking Air France, fucking love that plane. Shit, they got some good ass planes. Man, we slept in what was it? Delta Comfort. Oh, amazing.
Yeah, if you're gonna fly across the country, I need room.
But we flew economy going over there, and we were like, "Fuck no, bitch!" And then when we came back, as soon as we got to Paris, we upgraded. It was only like an extra $40. We were like, "Hell yeah, upgrade!" Or no, $80. Either way, we upgraded.
Either way, it was worth it.
It was worth it. Absolutely, had way more leg room. You know, I'm a big girl, so big and tall, so I needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where that was going.
Right. We were just talking about United requiring their employees to be vaccinated, and over 600 people actually got fired.
Here's my thing. I was in school over half my entire life, right? You have to be vaccinated. Then I went to grad school, and your ass has to get even more vaccinations because you're going to be in the hospital. And then you know what I did is I turned around and worked in a hospital. So then I needed even more vaccinations. So at this point, I'm like, had to be vaccinated. Yeah,
I just think it's the people that are still holding out on the vaccine. I completely get it because I was one of those people. You know, I held out because I wanted to see if y'all were going to turn into zombies.
Y'all, earlier, y'all remember the whole front half of the pandemic. She was like, you cannot ask people about their vaccines. You can't force people. You can't force people to get the vaccine. That's right. I'm not getting that shit.
That's right.
As soon as this bitch got the vaccine, we were literally talking about this earlier, and she was like, I mean, it's just time for people to get the vaccine. I don't know why they're holding. I was like, bitch, you were holding out for like 2 years. I don't know why. People just need to get it. It's just time to get the vaccine. Has the vaccine for 3 weeks.
First of all, it's a month. Thank you.
Oh my God.
A little over a month. No, but you know what it is too, honestly, like healthcare workers, we honestly don't sign up to care about, like, to have our freedoms stripped, right? Yeah. Like, even though we know that that's a part of the job, we still don't sign up for that. Like, people who even the flu shot. I used to hate getting the flu shot, and I stopped getting it for a while. And they were like, oh, you got to wear a mask. Of course, you can get away with that shit, because I didn't do it. But anyway, when you have patients that come in and they have the flu and they're on ECMO and fucking life support before, COVID-19 was even a thing, then you're just like, shit, let me get this fucking flu vaccine because I see what it does to people my age.
Dude, I do remember that.
And the thing is too, like we in this generation have not been through any type of, pandemic where the vaccine was created and now mandated versus when we were all born, it was just a norm to do. Like our parents just knew, hey, you have to have these shots in order to go to school. So it's just very different now.
It is crazy to think back, like pre-pandemic, like the year before the pandemic, and the flu was killing people again. Yeah. And we were like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. Like the flu hasn't killed people in years. Right. Why are people on life support? Because they have the flu. Mm-hmm. Fast forward to COVID and everyone's, you know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah. I still understand. First of all, I don't, one thing that I don't appreciate is vaccine bullying. You should never bully somebody into getting it. Their choices are their choices. So just because, a certain group of people choose to be vaccinated, those other people choose not. They have the same rights to not choose to be vaccinated, right? But also, too, in choosing not to be vaccinated, there are consequences on both sides. You could turn into a zombie if you get it, but then you can't get into a restaurant if you don't. So you got to pick I
can't go to Spain if I don't have it, but I could potentially want to eat your brain.
Exactly. Or you might.
And that was, at the time, that was just a risk I was willing to take. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of the United States at my earliest convenience. I've been like bound here. I can't do it.
See, for me, it was kind of like hearing my dad in my ear. You ain't gonna Tuskegee me, bitch. You ain't gonna Tuskegee me. So
mine was like, because I remember like last year or something, I was like, I have to go back to Europe this year. Like, I really want to go. Yeah. Everyone's like, and then they were like, you cannot travel without a vaccine. I was like, shoot me up. Yeah. Here's my arm. I'm ready.
A lot of those
I ain't got PTO, but I'm going to make it work. I have a vaccine and let's go.
I need to go somewhere. Thought about somewhere. Yeah. So even the children requiring the vaccines, I think, there's still a lot of controversy with it. It's people said, oh, well, it's not FDA approved, and then now it's FDA approved, and then now you're still like, oh, our children, our bodies, our rights, and then you want to. It's insane.
The people making this vaccine aren't just people who signed up off the street who were like, I want to make like they're scientists.
Yeah.
Who have years of vaccine experience to draw. Like it's, you know what I mean?
That's literally their job. That's their whole
ass. It would really piss me off. Can you imagine being someone who's worked on the vaccine and hearing all this shit out, and you're like slaving tirelessly? Yes. Tireless. What the fuck did I just say? I'm having a stroke.
Listen, why do you always have a stroke when you come to my house? It's weird.
No,
it's just like somebody I was about to say that. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna get controversy.
I can't imagine working on this shit every single day, right? Like all these people are dying, all these people are getting sick. You know that you're the one who has to figure out the answer. You're busting your ass. The government's on you. Your company's on you. People are probably always asking you questions because they know what your job is. And then you just see fucking Karen on Facebook being like, "This vaccine is bullshit," and and I would be like, "I'm gonna kill you."
I am gonna say it. It's just like an exercise physiologist trying to be a PT. We are not the same. We're not the same. You cannot have an exercise physiologist replace a PT. Not the same. Or an OT. I said it. It's PT month. I said it. And I'm not taking it back either.
Darren, cut.
Darren, you leave that in there.
Cut it.
But yeah, anyway, but I think too, the scientists have to understand to a degree, the pushback from the American people, because it is something new.
And but I think half of it's pushback and half of it's like cancel culture being loud.
But it's propaganda. That's the problem. The propaganda of the vaccine has overpowered people's true right to be to really hear what people are really saying. And again, when you put political figures in play to talk like a scientist, it doesn't make sense. And people are going to keep pushing back. And where's Dr. Fauci? Dr. Fauci, where are you, brother? Because I thought when Trump
just dipped off,
he was just like, the people was like, you killed all of our friends with AIDS and HIV. And he was like Homer Simpson. He just went into the bushes. Like, okay, I'm just gonna go away now. But yeah, I'm like, where are all the I think President Biden needs to put scientists back on the podium to speak. Like,
but it's just like, you always have a choice, right? But also at this point, do you really have a choice? The choice is take your risk infecting yourself and all of your family, or get the fucking vaccine.
Very true.
Like, those are the choices. They're shit choices. I don't know.
It's either way. Well, they're going to make us get a vaccine now, and then we're going to have to get the mark of the beast tomorrow.
They literally poisoned the water. Somebody's poisoned the water hole. Do you know what that's from?
No.
Okay, some Toy Story. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Like, if the government wanted to kill us, they are slowly killing us. We will die.
The thing is, we're not that important to them.
I'm just like, the vaccine wasn't the way to fucking do it. There's hormones in the food.
Wasn't 5G supposed to kill us all at one point?
Wasn't the internet supposed to crash? Y2K, and we were all supposed to be wiped out.
We really were. And at 11:59, we were all like,
here's what I have to say. I'm here for a good time. I'm not here for a long time. All right?
That's a very morbid way to look at life. You work in the ICU, so I understand.
Listen, working in ICU does things.
It makes you very morbid.
I'm not right.
That's why I was kind of grateful that I did work in an ICU, like when my dad died, because like even when he died, they pulled his body out of the freezer, and I was just like, oh, okay, he still got all his organs and everything.
It's just still weird. Like, I think probably in 10 years, some weird shit's gonna happen, and I will need a lot of therapy for it. But right now, I'm just like, you see death. You're holding on to it.
You're holding on to it.
We see death
every day.
Blue lights don't fucking faze me anymore.
Yeah, no. You're just
literally, I peek behind the curtains, I see a dead body, I'm like, oh shit, that sucks. Pull the curtain back, move it on, keep pushing.
You ask the nurse, hey, can I see your other patient that's still alive? Or then you see a dead body and you're just like, yeah, they needed to die.
Did I tell you the other day, I walked up to a nurse, she's fucking eating a full meal. I said, can I see your patient? She's like, dead. Passed. She's eating, like looking at his body, laying there, and I was just like, this ain't right.
Listen, healthcare workers, we're not okay. Keep us in prayer. I mean, I got out, so I'm a little bit better. But I'm still in therapy.
I love the drama.
I'm still in therapy.
It's like a hit.
Listen, therapy is amazing. All right. Anyway, moving on to some other different things. So, Mr. R. Kelly.
Robert
Bartholomew Kelly.
He
found guilty.
Bruh.
No.
I have a lot of emotions about it. That's why I hit all those buttons.
Yes, definitely. He
on racketeering.
Okay. R. Kelly was found guilty this past week of racketeering charges. What is racketeering?
Hey Siri. What is racketeering?
I feel like lawyers use it as a blanket statement.
It's a type of organized crime in which the perpetrator set up a coercive, fraudulent, extortionary, or otherwise illegal coordinated scheme or operation to repeatedly or consistently collect money or profit. I'm assuming his profit was sex.
Could be. I feel like he was torn. Whatever. I don't know. But I just find it weird that he wasn't found guilty of the sexual assault and stuff like that. Alleged for the podcast.
I'm wondering if it was either easier or a safer bet or a longer sentence or something like that if they got him for racketeering than for individually. Like, it was easier to prove racketeering than it would be to individually prove that he went after each of these girls and obtained them, quote unquote, illegally. That's and true. Elicited them in sex and all of those things.
But you know what I think too? I think they kind of, them speaking out. So, well, some of the ones, because there was another girl who did an interview with Gail this past week too, and she was like,
he coached me and told me. This is not me making fun of her. This is me being like,
because I think when you keep changing your story, it just discredits you. So I think you can't. She's really not a credible witness at this point. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, she still is a victim, but at the same time, you're a discredited victim because you keep changing your story.
Girl, we watched the documentary. We know he ain't shit.
I didn't watch the documentary. I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna waste my time.
You didn't watch part 1 or part 2?
No. I was not gonna watch that,
girl.
Like, why do I need to? Like, that's traumatic already enough.
I ate that shit up. It was insane. It was fucking insane.
You know who pissed me off during this whole R. Kelly situation? His ex-wife, Drea Kelly. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I've never seen somebody who's just so victimized do all these fucking interviews and, well, I'm in 2 places. I mean, I'm torn between. You the one who turned him in. Shut the fuck up, lady.
She's like, shut up. How will my money be affected?
Girl, you ain't got no more. You turned him in. You profited off of it too. Like, but not only that, just shut up. Then at one point she was doing a live or whatever. She was listening to his music. They were like, how you gonna listen to his music and you calling him a monster? He is still one of the greatest of all time. Girl, shut the fuck up.
But here's the thing. That's very different for fans, people on the outside, to be able to draw that hard line of like, that is Robert Kelly who did that fucked up shit. And I listened to R. Kelly who put out all the songs.
Right.
When you're in the middle of it, girl, you're waist deep in his shit.
And you got kids. It's just better to shut up.
I'm just like, I cannot imagine, and like, it's a very hard situation, but the father of my children, my husband, being this horrible fucking shitty person and me being like, that's my man. I'm gonna stick beside him. Fuck you. No, we have kids and now they're gonna, and the whole world now knows that their dad's a piece of shit.
But not even that, even when they call for interviews, I'm not coming to that.
I'm not saying shit.
No comment.
Cause I'm embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed. You got how many kids by him? And you also knew about it to a degree. Like, we don't know all the story.
That's true.
From the outside looking in, it seems like yes. That's all I'm saying.
from what I'm looking at, from part 1 and part 2, it looked like you knew a little bit more than you are letting on.
I watch Criminal Minds. Your husband don't just stay in this damn shed all night just because he in a man cave. You better check what you know.
No one ever looks more innocent. No one ever looks or is put in a better light from multiple fucking interviews. You just dig yourself a little hole.
Yeah.
It's just more shit for people to latch onto. Your story's never exactly the same. People now, no, don't do it. Baby, sit home.
Just be quiet.
I'm gonna tell you what I told William Cosby. Sit your ass at home.
Shut the fuck up. And then he
shut the doors.
His lawyer spoke on his behalf, talking about how he felt like R. Kelly was railroaded. I think that's what he said in the trial. And I'm just like, Bill, kettle, sir, you a pot kettle. Call it a sponge, black, white, yellow. Shut up. My God. Shut up.
He's going to Zoom, like on when he's on the road doing his stand-up. He's going to have a Zoom conference, R. Kelly in on the screen.
It's going to be him.
How you doing, Rob?
It's going to be R. Kelly, fucking O.J. Simpson, and Bill Cosby.
Fuck, slapstick comedy. Coming to a...
One night only.
Comedy club near you.
They did it.
Period.
We did it. That's what it's gonna be called. We did it. One night only.
My God, take the money and run.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Well, it's kind of piggybacking off of that, kind of in the news. What's been going on with Lizzo? I heard Lizzo was in the news today about some
everyone's
stuff.
pissed at Lizzo now.
Why?
Because she was backstage at the Millennium Tour.
Oh yes, the B2K and all them.
Which have there been multiple renditions of that tour? Why does that tour sound so familiar?
I think it stopped because of COVID.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. She was backstage and she saw Christopher Brown, an icon, and was like, "Oh my god, can I please have a picture? You're my favorite fucking person." To like just fucking standing.
Yeah.
At like who? I don't know. How old is Lizzo? My age.
Gotta be.
Chris Brown was a very, formative part of my life. I would say he was. Yeah. Not only was he my ringtone,
and you got my attention. Remember, he had a little lisp. Make it say,
oh my god!
I'm kidding. No,
that was so good.
That was not. That was flat.
Clip that.
No. That was definitely flat. Anyway,
I couldn't hear it.
I was mimicking him.
On my first cell phone in 5th grade, he was my call tone. So when you called me, we heard "run it." But on the phone, when you were calling, you heard "yo."
Oh,
I was committed.
Yes, you were. Wow,
god damn, he's perfect. Anyway, she's taking there's a video of him. Mm-hmm. And he was, super sweet. Took a picture with her, whatever. But everyone's like, "Oh, SMH, Lizzo, I am shaking my head at you, praying for Chris, and blah, 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 blah. We can't believe you did this." So I'm like, leave the.
Okay, can you ask Siri when the incident happened between him? Is this about? I'm assuming this is about the Rihanna
Siri,
situation.
when did Chris Brown beat Rihanna's ass?
Okay, don't say that.
Oh, sorry.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
They had an
altercation. When did Chris Brown and Rihanna have their altercation where she bit the shit out of him? Damn, those pictures are so bad.
They should strip that. Where's Olivia Pope? Take them damn pictures.
I know.
What does it say when it happened? That had to be like 2010s or some shit.
Yeah, I feel like
maybe like late 2000s, like
2009.
Yes,
I was a freshman in high school. Fuck.
2009. I was already graduated from college, from undergrad.
Look how young they both were.
Rihanna still looks the same.
Dude, yeah, but her wigs got so much better.
I hate you. But here's the thing that I really want people to understand. Okay. Rihanna forgave him.
She did.
How old were they? Does it say how old they were?
I don't know, but remember she went out, she did the whole Oprah interview about it?
She literally forgave him. The only person that should have an issue with Chris Brown is Rihanna. Because it happened to her.
And possibly Karrueche. I'll give Karrueche that.
I mean, but Karrueche, honestly, oh God, I won't even say that for the podcast. I'll say it off camera. Karrueche, no, she don't get a pass. Because, damn it, you saw what you did to Rihanna. Shit, that's all I'm saying.
I can't breathe.
You sound like a smoker.
You said, "I'm not giving her a pass because she fucking saw what he did to Rihanna."
Listen, that's just like if Ike Turner had another wife. You saw what he did to Tina. God damn it. But not even that.
It's just not fucking funny. I'm done
Here's
with
the thing. We need to move on from that situation. Not we, because I've already moved on. Y'all need to move on from that situation. That situation happened between Chris and Rihanna. Had the police never leaked that shit, nobody would even know it happened. And if she forgave him...
He was 20 when that happened.
20 years old? How much dumb shit you did when you was 20?
Dude, can you imagine just like all that money, fucking dating the hottest bitch ever, roid raging out when you're 20 years old? Not that it's right at all, but like you do this thing when you're 20 and that's like you do all this other shit. And that's all people can fucking remember.
But my thing is, you slap your girlfriend around or whoever, and you do all kind of crazy stuff, and then you want retribution, you want forgiveness. Can he not move the fuck on?
Yeah.
This girl is happy in a relationship. He minding his business, doing whatever he got to do. He's paid his debt to her. Okay? He's paid his debt to her. Mm-hmm. The boy went to jail. He had to pay his fines. He had to do anger management, community service, whatever. Why are we still talking about that when it happened in 2009?
Insane.
And you're telling Lizzo that she can't she can't fan out. Nobody has canceled Chris Brown. That boy still winning awards. He's still making albums. Mm-hmm. What the leave Chris Brown? Hashtag leave Chris Brown alone. What the fuck? I pressed the wrong thing. That's not the point. But still, leave that man alone.
This is a hill I will die on. A cause I can get behind. Leave Chris Brown alone.
Leave Chris Brown alone. Jesus.
Now that we've said this, right, some shit's going to pop off and it's going to be like, in the news, Chris Brown has done some egregious shit.
We're going to have to put a statement out. The thoughts and opinion. But it's just like Tina Turner. Now, Ike is dead, but y'all keep asking Tina, so how did it feel when Ike beat your ass? Stop doing that. That lady is happily married, has moved on.
Yep.
She has forgiven him and has... Let it go.
When did they do that shit on Snapchat with Rihanna and Chris Brown?
Now that was horrible for Snapchat to do that.
That was when people stopped using Snapchat. Mm-hmm. They lost $800 million after they did that.
They should, because that was totally disrespectful to Rihanna. That was horrible.
It was and it wasn't even them. It was an ad from a third party.
Yeah, that's why you need to watch
it was
ads.
Like, would you rather slap Rihanna or punch Chris Brown? That's what it was.
That was just disrespectful.
Stupid, dude.
That's disrespectful. But I just think, again, the only person that can be mad at Chris Brown is Rihanna. That's it.
Yeah, and she went out, and even if she lied on that Oprah interview, which I saw, and like, who would lie to Oprah? You know,
a lot of people.
I would never. Oprah, Miss Winfrey, if you're listening to this, I would never lie to you.
No, but I just think stuff happens in life. Like, stuff happens, and this is not me. Oh, you protecting an abuser. That's not what we're doing here. I'm just saying that ain't your business.
They both got shots in on each other. She just looked way more fucked up than he did.
I mean, the pictures don't lie.
And that's what she said. She was like, it's a fucked up situation, and I'm sorry it happens, but bless him, love him, peace to him.
That's it.
And y'all need to leave Lizzo alone. Y'all keep coming for her.
Yo, Lizzo is living her best life. Listen, Lizzo, we love you over here at Fleming and Fowler. Okay, I mean the Face Off. I done changed that damn name. What the fuck?
We are now Fleming and Fowler. We'll be changing all of the merch.
Okay, what's going on with Lil Nas X?
Yo, how many times on this fucking podcast have we said Lil Nas X is not for the kids? You could play
at least 100.
A whole highlight reel of me being like, he is not for the kids. Stop trying to make him for the kids. Well, guess what? They're fucking putting him on my Kids Bop album. They're making him for the kids.
No way. What song?
That song, Call Me By Your Name, the one where he's sliding down the stripper pole as like to hell, and then strip teases Satan, all that shit, and everyone was like, he is the devil.
Wow.
He is coming for the children.
I love it.
Well, Kids Bop decided to make that song on Kids Bop, like have all these little kids singing it.
I love it. Let me tell you something. Lil Nas X, I don't know who his PR person is, but I absolutely love their strategy. It probably is. His strategy is amazing because the reality is you're talking about him constantly, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. You are keeping Nas X's name in your mouth. And I love it. I love it. He's controversial. I love it. I mean, again, I'm not gonna listen to his music because I'm not a fan of his music, but I love what he does. I think on Twitter last week there was some little play that he was doing with JT from the City Girls when he was posing like he was pregnant or had the belly or whatever. So she was just like, "Oh, I'm coming to your baby shower." All this stuff. I was like, "Y'all are fucking crazy."
He just is like chef's kiss. He knows he knows the internet. He knows it so appropriately.
Yeah,
and he does the thing where like everyone knows when he's joking.
No, they don't.
Well, like people who know
Gen
the
Z
internet.
knows it. Yeah,
Gen Z knows. Well, Gen XYZ. Right?
Yeah, the boomers don't know.
The boomers don't fucking know, and he doesn't care about the boomers, so it's perfect.
But I think some Gen X too are all have
what
issues
is
with
Gen?
him.
Are you Gen X?
No, I am Gen. I mean, I'm a millennial.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Gen X is the generation before me, like from I think 70 to 79.
70 to 79. Oh,
70s.
Old. 50s.
They're in their 40s.
Oof. Couldn't be me.
I hate you. You're gonna get flamed in the comments for that. 40 is not old because I'm close to 40. Anyway, yeah. So off the back of Lil Nas X, Super Bowl. What's going on? I heard they made an announcement.
The Super Bowl got blacked, and I love it.
Who's on the Super Bowl, or who's on the halftime show?
Sorry, I just burped through my nose.
And you blow it out. Great. Awesome. Thanks.
Okay, remember that one time that everyone was like, the NFL is racist, right?
That one time?
Yeah.
I think we've been saying
that one time over the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
And then Black Lives Matter happened, and prior to that, Colin Kaepernick took a knee, God forbid, and all that shit happened.
Yeah.
And then Jay-Z sat on the board of the NFL. I want to keep wanting to say the NBA. Not the same thing. The NFL, and everyone was pissed. They're like, you're,
Yeah.
Uncle Tom, you are just, and he was like, how am I supposed to change shit from the outside?
If you're not at the table, come on now.
Well, that man went in there and fucked some shit up because now we have the blackest halftime show lineup for the Super Bowl I've ever seen. Blacker than the time Beyonce did her fucking Black Panther shit.
Bruno Mars? I loved it. Wait, was it Bruno Mars? Yes, it was Bruno Mars.
Yes, it was. Let me tell you. Give me a second to pull it up on account of I was not prepared.
Ow.
Also, I like that it's not just one person this year because I feel like when it's just one or two people,
it's boring.
It's too, spice it up. So this year for the halftime show, it is ready. Mm-hmm. This is so black. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Kendrick. That's the halftime show.
Why you gotta put Eminem on there?
Because Dr. Dre.
So what?
They just have to.
First of all, how much money are you paying Dr.? Oh, he got to recoup that money from his divorce. Because I'm like, when was the last time Dr. Dre performed on anything?
I can't wait to see Mary J. Blige fucking flailing around that stage.
But here's the thing. Honestly, if they just would have had Mary J. Blige on that would have been enough.
Dude, and Kendrick, that's going to be fucking cool as fuck.
Even just Mary and Kendrick. But Snoop got some hits, though.
Snoop does. Yeah. That's going to be... Dude, that's going to
be a great halftime show.
I truly think...
I can do without
I may throw a Super Bowl party. I'm serious.
I'm coming. I'm inviting myself.
Well, it'll be blacked out. That'll be the theme.
So we have to wear black. I'm wearing black.
Yeah, perfect.
Why do we always end up wearing the same? Like,
I don't know.
Same colors
I
and
only
stuff?
have black
Yeah,
items of clothing. But yeah, I think that is so cool.
I think it is too.
And they said together 43 Grammys, 19 number one Billboard albums,
Damn.
and then those 5 artists. That's insane.
I was gonna say 90% of that came from Mary J. Blige. She's the queen of R&B.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. When is that? In February? Is that
February.
February.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like,
Black History Month.
The NFL was like, I guess there is money in black people. We got to recoup from the last year. People, honestly, they were probably just like, people have to watch the fucking Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, because people were just like,
Because I feel like no one really watched.
Because it was
last
boring.
year. The commercials weren't good. No, it was boring. Everyone was like, fuck the NFL.
Yeah. And then COVID happened, and they're just like, all right, we fuck with y'all again. Thank you.
So I'm hoping this year, like, I want good commercials. I want a fucking good halftime. Who was the halftime show? Was it Shakira and J-Lo, or was that 2 years ago?
I want to say that was 2 years ago. No, maybe it was last year. No, that was last year. Yeah,
well,
J-Lo
when
and
did
Shakira.
Hustlers come out?
Year before last, 2019.
Okay. I just remember everyone kept talking about how she's almost 50 years old and she looks naked. So
she looks amazing. Great. She looks better than some 20-year-olds. Like, what the hell? Listen, J-Lo will never age.
People are always mad. It's because she's a clone. Propped up on those pillows.
It works.
It does.
She's also Hispanic.
She's also rich.
Yeah, but Hispanics, black people of color don't age.
The browner the skin,
exactly.
The less you age. That's not me. That's just science.
Look at Jada Pinkett Smith. Hey. Look at Pharrell. Pharrell is 72.
Dude, speaking of Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, Jesus.
Caught a vibe. It's stuck in my head. Fucking Willow's song. Y'all. What the fuck is it? Even is that song?
Yeah, it's weird.
And her band is called The Anxiety. I can't. Jinsey, I cannot.
She's just a walking ball of depression. Anyway.
It literally does not leave my head.
I can't do it.
Anyway.
Well, what were you going to say about Jada Pinkett Smith?
I just want to talk about Willow.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so that's cool to be, speaking of halftime, didn't Miguel perform one time? I heard he's getting divorced after 17 years.
He is getting divorced. He's been with that lady forever.
Here's what I want to say about divorcing. Here's what you won't be able to do to me. Divorce me after 17 years. It's cheaper to keep me at this point because I'm going to take you for everything you got.
I think, are you going to write a song about me, like Adored? And then
maybe he was adoring too many women.
Hey,
I don't know. Allegedly,
he's a little too good. He practices what he preaches. I will say.
But that's just like I never understand like why people are married for like 30 years and they're just like, yeah, we're gonna split. Like Steph Curry and his mama. I mean, Steph Curry's parents. I'm just like, what? Okay. If y'all all cheat on each other, okay, just keep the money in the family. Move on.
Did they have any kids?
Who?
Miguel and.
I don't know.
His ex-wife at this point.
Well, they're not. I don't know. Well, I don't follow them close enough. I just saw 17 years.
I just remember
and I was like,
they got. Didn't they? But they've been together for 17 years. But didn't they just get married recently?
I have no clue.
Hold that thought.
Miguel is not a person I follow. I follow his music, but not his personal life.
How tall do you think he is?
4'11".
Okay. Over under on that?
I'll give him 5.
Miguel, height and weight. That's literally the first thing that pops up.
5'2".
Everyone wants to know. He is
5'2".
A mere. Oh, this is giving it inches. Oh, this said 40, 36, 35. Is that his measurements?
Okay, I don't want to know his. I ain't buying him no pants. What the hell? He's probably 5'2".
Okay. What the fuck? He was 150 pounds.
He's 5'2".
Okay, great.
He's got to be 5'2".
Height, wait, okay. He's 5'6", which probably means he's 5'4", 5'5". Definitely.
He has shoes on.
He's tiny.
But 17 years, that's a lot.
What's his net worth? $10 million US. It's more than I got.
17. I mean, I would leave somebody after 17 years if I wasn't happy, but I'm just saying.
But like, didn't you know at 13 years? Didn't you know at 10?
I think you knew at 90 days.
I'm just saying.
That's a long time.
I just want to see when he got married, and then I'll leave it.
That's even like Kris Jenner and I know he's Caitlyn now. I know she's Caitlyn now, but Bruce Jenner when she was still Bruce. The fact that they were married for like 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a valid reason. Like, she obviously wanted to be a woman, so that makes sense.
So they started dating in 2005, but they tied the knot in 2018. So they've only been married for 4 years.
That's the same thing that happened to Nelson Mandela. I'm serious. He was married to Winnie Mandela.
Speaking of influential black men, did you know that the tie between Miguel and Nelson Mandela is
he was married to Winnie for all of those years, right? Winnie Mandela. That man got out of prison, out of a South African prison. In a couple years, they were divorced.
He was like, this ain't it.
But she also did some other stuff too. There was some alleged things that she was doing with like. Anyway, neither here nor there. Just read the stories and read the book and watch the movie.
Yeah,
anyway.
no. So that's what I thought. They were recently married, but they were dating forever.
That's crazy. Why does marriage make people divorce so quickly?
Maybe we should get some married people on the podcast because I always wonder that. I'm like, because, I mean, not that when you're what changes truly
when you get married?
Other than like paperwork, legal shit, financial shit. If you're already living together, which I'm assuming they were.
Splitting bills. You've already done that.
What
so
is
what's the difference?
big, like the commitment thing?
You're already committed if you're recognized by the state as common law.
That ring does some fucked up shit to people. I swear to God.
Listen, that's crazy. Listen, again, here's what you won't do.
That's why Courtney and Scott never got married.
Well, that's because they weren't meant to be.
I think they were.
They were just she seems so happy with Travis.
She really does.
That's his name, right? Travis.
Yeah, a couple I never saw coming, but I love
their love because he's such a like they're so opposite that they attract each other. So I love that.
Because you know what they say.
Opposites attract.
Opposites attract.
It's very true.
Crazy.
17 years. That's insane.
Dude, that's almost 17.
It's cheaper to keep her. Cheaper.
That's literally almost
Learn from Dr. Dre.
It's almost my life. They must have met when they were little. He's 30-something, 32.
No pun intended. God damn it. Why did it take so long to find that fucking
topics.
button?
No.
All right. Anywho, did you hear that Dollar Tree is increasing their freaking prices?
Dude, there's nothing more ghetto than an increased dollar store.
That was the only place I felt like a baller.
I hate the Dollar Tree and the dollar store.
Why?
Because I know their game. I know the game they're running. Like, they want to offer all this stuff at $1, like all these candies at $1, but there's like 4 pieces of candy in the bag. They're not slick.
Well, all the other stuff
I don't like that.
You can buy like coffee mugs, a plate.
Coffee mugs and a plate. Why didn't you say so?
Exactly. I'm just saying.
I hate the dollar. Oh God.
I love Dollar Tree. I don't like Family Dollar or Dollar General. Those it's
you
too
like
much.
the Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree. The
I
green
do.
one,
You know,
yes.
we used to fuck up the Dollar Tree on the holidays, like when you had school stuff.
Yeah.
Like you had to make goodie bag. Halloween.
I feel like the Dollar Tree was the place where you knew your parents didn't have any money to send you off to college, and you went there first before you went to Walmart, and you got all your goods and stuff, your toilet, not toiletries, but like your spoons and your cups and all that kind of crap for your first apartment or for your dorm. So yeah, you could easily rack up $50 in, but you got a bunch of bags though. So
I wonder, like, as a company, what they're worth. Like, is that good business?
Oh, I'm quite sure it is.
Right? People fuck up the Dollar Tree.
They start selling like refrigerated stuff, and I was like, you're going downhill from there.
Like they sell like those Michelina meals, right?
Yes, I was just like, I don't trust your refrigerators. I don't. No,
frozen food at the Dollar Tree.
Listen, I'd rather eat a McRib, which is coming back.
I'm not having this argument with you again.
I can't eat it anyway. I'm vegetarian, so I'm not gonna eat it.
Fucking gross is what it is. Oof.
McDonald's, I stand with your McRib.
No, hey, I had a McDonald's cookie today.
Why didn't you bring me one?
Because I stole it from my 3-year-old cousin.
You fucking bitch.
I stole one chicken nugget and a chocolate chip cookie.
Disrespectful. All right, so what are we watching?
Okay.
What have you watched? What have you been watching?
I started Squid Games.
Girl.
Right after we talked about it.
Yes.
It was everywhere. It was on all social media, all of this shit, and I was like, I have to fucking watch it.
That show is, guys, what episode are you on?
I'm on episode 3, so don't tell me anything.
Jesus, you're just getting started. Good God almighty.
Just getting started. And today I watched this 3rd episode. My 3-year-old cousin was there, and I had the 3rd episode on. I was like, oh my God, the show's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It was just like bah, 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 the whole time, and I was like, close your eyes.
Yeah.
No, I'm hooked. It's so good. I usually don't like Korean films, but this one's good. Also,
don't you like Korean film? I love Korean
because I don't like watching. Because if I watch Spanish shows, I'll keep the language on because I understand enough Spanish to get it, and I'll just do the subtitles. But with this, I have to have the language dubbed, and I have to have subtitles because I don't pay attention. But the subtitles never match the dub.
Yeah.
And then so I'm just like, that's my whole time is just spending
It's
it.
your ADHD coming out. Yeah.
So, but it is good. I like it. I don't want to move to Korea ever. That scares the shit out of me now.
South Korea is cool.
Is it? Because they're playing weird games there.
I mean, I don't think that's real.
It might be. And now everyone's making those little cookies, the little
yes, the little
honeycomb.
Yeah, the honeycomb cookies.
Yeah.
But there's a conspiracy that's going on that says, like, and remember the very first episode or the second episode where he tells them to pick a color, whether it's blue or red, and there's a conspiracy that's going around that says that if you pick the blue color, you're a player, but if you pick the red, then you're a worker. Because remember, the workers don't know each other either.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So you won't find that out I'll just tell you that you won't find that out of how they got there. Maybe that's a season 2 or something. I don't know.
But yeah, I've been watching that, and then I started watching Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
You know I love trash TV.
Absolutely.
This is like the trashiest. It's like kind of Love Island, The Circle-ish, but it's this UK Netflix reality show. They basically have all these hot single people in a house together, and they're like, you're here to make a true love connection. All these people are like, I want to make a true love connection. Yeah. Bullshit probably, but whatever. And you're there to make a true love connection. You have there's $100,000 prize up for grabs. Every time you hook up with someone there, you make out with them, you bump uglies, you do something appropriate, you start losing money from the pot.
Wait, so it's $100 each person or $100 altogether?
It's $100,000 total that you split between you at the end of it.
And how many people are there?
There's like maybe like 10 people.
Fuck no! You gonna add taxes? You gonna get $500?
I know.
What the?
So the thing is, so you see like all these people like getting close to each other, then they'll like make out, and then they pull them in, kind of like like on Survivor, they'd vote someone out, but they pull you all in for a little powwow. So they pull you in for a powwow. There's this little, it looks like an Alexa situation, and she's the voice of the show, kind of the host, and she'll be like, okay, so so-and-so and so-and-so did this and that last night. And so by that point, the people will be like, they'll be like, okay, well, I'll tell you before she does. We did this and that. And she's like, okay, that's $4,000 deducted from your price.
Damn!
So then everyone's like, what the fuck? So everyone gets pissed off, but then also it's just like all these hot young people who are just making these love connections with everyone. So like everyone's just, there's all this sexual tension built up. People keep fucking up and having sex or making out with each other because
these people gonna get $50 at the end of this.
Literally. So that's the whole thing. Is like, it's so funny, and everyone's getting pissed at each other. But the thing is, you could be like, we could be getting along, right?
Ow.
And they're all in a room together, like the beds. So there's 2 people to a bed. So it's kind of like who you sleep with each night. That's who you've been talking to, whatever.
Wow.
If the girls who host the show, the like automated voice, her name is Lana. If Lana thinks that you're not making an effort or you haven't made a connection with anyone, you're booted off the fucking show.
And they just replace you with somebody else?
And they just replace you with someone else.
Wow.
So that means you could have been like chatting up this guy, because they're all fucking British. There's a couple Americans.
It sounds like Squid Games without the...
It literally is. The Americans are trash.
The death.
Yeah, so you could be vibing with this person. Yeah. Well, then this new bitch comes in and he's like, peace.
Wow.
So then you're out floating on, and then you're pissed off because you're like, I thought we were getting along, and we've made all this time to have these like really deep ass conversations, and I want to make out with you and haven't been able to for the past 3 fucking days, and now you're with this bitch. So then there's just all this like micro drama. Oh my god.
Would you ever do that though? Would you ever go on like a dating show, like a Married at First Sight, or like The Circle or whatever? Would you ever go on something like that?
Go on
to find love. Love is Blind. Would you ever go on something like that?
Fuck. Here's the thing. I feel like that show is truly to capitalize on your own brand, right?
Yeah.
Like, because and I just like don't know if I could do that. I could never do The Bachelorette because I'd be like, I'm not doing it.
I don't like, it's too many people.
I'm trying to think if there's one I would really go on. I think I could do The Circle because you can catfish and you can kind of be who you want, and that would make sense. I don't know if I could do it.
But if you're trying to look for love, why would you want to catfish?
I think
I can do Love is not. No, I can do
Love is Blind.
I'm lying. I couldn't. I tried to make myself like believe. No,
there was one girl on the show who had like a bad attitude. It was just like, I just don't vibe with anyone here. No one's my type. Well, her ass is booted off. And I feel like that being
I'm not gonna be open with you on TV. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, it's just so weird. And then they have those little night vision cameras, and you can see everyone hooking up. It's so weird. I don't like it.
What is this, porn?
If you are looking for some good, solid trash TV, that is the fucking show. It's so good.
Wow.
And you just see all these guys like telling this girl shit, like opening up to them and da-da-da-da, and then another bitch walks in and then they're talking to them. I'm like, y'all are all trash. It's so good. So that's what I've been watching.
Wow. That's
It's almost as good as Squid Games.
Yeah, wow.
You heard it here first. And all these girls are so much hotter than the guys, which is stupid because then they're all so dumb, dude.
Is it diverse, at least?
It is diverse. There's a black French guy. And then there's this light-skinned black guy because I'm watching the second season. He's from America. And he's telling, because it's mostly British people. There's one girl from Canada. There's what sounds to be an Australian
Hispanic
girl.
People
No. Well,
Asian?
there's kind of like ethnically ambiguous people that I'd hate to label.
Yeah.
But of course, the American guy is like, I'm a professional football player.
Oh, God.
Do you think he plays for a professional football league?
Probably plays arena ball or intramural. Because even arena ball is very popular, by the way. I'm not discrediting arena
I'm just
ball.
saying, when you say professional football player, I'm going to think NFL.
Exactly.
Anyway.
He professionally keeps... Anyway. Madden. Anywho.
He's what is that thing called that Stitch, or what is it everyone goes on and plays video games and makes money? Is it Stitcher?
No clue.
What the fuck is it called?
I'm still playing the original Mario.
Huh. Mario?
Mario Brothers.
Anyway, what are you watching?
I watched two things. One of them that you're going to like. But the first is called The Guilty with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I've seen the icon. I haven't watched
really good.
it.
It's very reminiscent of like Kerry Washington in American Son, where just not the storyline, but just the frame of reference. Like it's all him and he's bringing all his emotions onto camera. And that man, oh my God, I thought he was going to snap on that fucking show, but it was really good. He had some great acting.
Dude, have you seen Nightcrawler?
No. Is that like horror? Because I don't like that.
No, it's suspense with him. It's kind of like not suspense, but like he's crazy.
Oh, well, that's kind of how this one was. He showed great emotion in this movie.
Him and Maggie, dude, they're
amazing.
Love them.
Who are their parents, man? They're amazing.
Oh,
but
the Gyllenhaals?
Yes, they're amazing. But then the latter of what I've been watching, which you would love because you talked about it last week, it's called Jailbird, and they're following stories of these women in this particular jail. It's not prison, it's jail in New Orleans. And they go through the wilds of like having relationships with something. Because I guess apparently
is this real life?
It's real life. No, it's real.
It's a
real.
reality show?
Yes, it's a reality show. So you see all the friends and stuff like that.
It's prison talk in real life.
Yes, and I was like, but it's only like 3 episodes, but the episodes are kind of long and lengthy. So, it's following the different stories. I think like 8 or 9 women. They get into fights, the commissary stuff that they make. The fact that they like this jail has, I think. They said like 200 women, but they have over 900 men because the ratio
I like
of
those
people.
odds.
But they're all housed in the same building, but they're on different floors. So of course the men and the women don't mix. But they take the top, the paper towel roll in the middle. They take that and they literally flush the toilet, and then they sit on it repeatedly to get all the water out, so then they can talk through the damn toilet. So throughout the day, you see people just like sticking their head and like, so what you said? Huh? What you said? Nah, because I'm doing it. And of course, with this, like, the New Orleans accent, and it's hilarious.
I don't know why I'm obsessed with prison.
It's intense,
but the
man.
shit people do in there fascinates me. Like how they go fishing. Like if you don't have food or something and you need something in a prison, they'll do that shit where they flush all the water in the toilet, they get it all out, and they'll just send some line down, and you'll try to see if the next person has something and you pull it. It's fucking insane. Like and that's kind of like, did you ever watch or did you read, not The Lost Boys, Lord of the Flies?
Why you ask me questions to answer? Why you ask me questions? What? You know what I'm trying to say.
Any kind of movie,
ask me questions that you already know the answer to.
Show where it's like The Wilds. Mm-hmm. The Wilds.
Yeah.
We watched that. Anything that's like you are in a society outside of the norm, and you have to make your own societal rules, and there becomes like a hierarchy, and these, I fucking eat and breathe that shit.
No, I love stuff like that too.
Because I'm just like, it's the way people act is fucking insane, and like the things you end up having to do, but it always is the same kind of thing. Like there always is someone at the top, and then the people under them, and then the way
But it's very reminiscent of like high school though. Like the way that these women, or even the men too, you have to create these friendships or these cliques and these bonds, and you really like love each other there, but that's a whole separate life. So that's even like when people are
high school is prison,
but it really is. You
literally
just get to
built
go
like
home.
prison,
but
you get to go home.
Listen, the prison to pipeline. I mean, school to pipeline, prison, whatever. Anywho, but the
school to prison pipeline.
Thank you, Jesus. Now I'm delirious like you were. But yeah, it like even just the relationships that they have in there. Like this one girl, I think like their ages. There's this one lady in there. She's like, I'm only 31. I'm like, bitch, I thought you was in your 50s. What the fuck? They look
hard time ages people.
Yo, oh Jesus,
because you don't have like moisturizer or
they
freedom.
Look rough.
It's rough.
Rough and rougher than me. And you know, I don't even wear makeup a lot of times. But anyway, they just a relationship they have. This one girl, she was like, you know, her mom, her parents basically like told her she had to fend for herself, and she never really had like a mother figure. And so this one lady in the jail, she calls her mother, and I'm just like, this girl is like 19 years old and in jail with these, you know, 30 and 40-year-old women, and they're there to teach her about life. And then you have, you know, just the cattiness of this one girl. She put like she was in lockdown, so she couldn't have commissary. So then she pays this other girl. She puts $88 on her books to get her commissary so she can buck the system. Well, the girl stole her commissary. Was like, fuck you, bitch. Then she lied to them, and they were like, you know what? We're taking it all. I mean, just having arguments about Frito chips. It's the fights and stuff. It's just, it's high school.
Dude, prison burritos, that shit fucked me up.
Prison burritos.
Yo, they take like ramen noodles, chips, all this crazy shit. They crunch it all up, put it in a big Ziploc bag with water, form it to look like a burrito, nuke that shit in the microwave. Prison burrito.
Your booty hole. Your booty hole gonna be burning for that. Oh, sweet Lamb of God.
Insane. These women, dude. So when I was in OT school, I remember them, we were just doing like one of those classes where you go through all the different settings you can be in. And my teacher was like, yeah, there's this really big push now for OT. Like, what did she call it? Not incarcerated. Oh, I don't know. She used a big fancy word basically for prison OT.
Yeah.
And basically there's therapists going in there.
Rehabilitation? I'm kidding.
Yeah. What do you call like a oh my God, I hate this. What is the fucking word? It's like a big, what you call like a big building that you're stuck in. It's not prison. It's
your
not
job.
Community. Not incarceration. Confinement? No. Fuck. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
It's okay.
She was like, there's so many people that have been in prison for so long that when they
institutionalized.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh my God. I love you. There's so many people that have been in prison for so long that when they come out, they don't know internet. They don't know the phone. They don't know things that have happened. They don't know how to balance a check. They went in when they were in high school. They don't know how to do taxes. They don't know how to balance a checkbook. They don't know how to do all these things. So there's more, it's more like, socioeconomic OT basically, and I was like, this is it for me. I'm gonna do it.
You should.
I should do it. My mom was like, absolutely not. I was also like, you know,
I don't think they would try anything with you because you're too friendly. You'd be like, so they'd be like, can you let me escape for like 24 hours? Okay, but don't tell anybody.
I mean, like, sir, stop it. I'll take you home. You want to come home with me?
You can only be allowed in the women's prison, not the men. No,
I know. It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But I was like, how cool just to be like, yo, this is how shit works. What if I was like, what if I started prison talk?
Maybe you should.
I was like, these are my friends.
These are my friends. Her name's Tiny. Her name's Big Sam. I don't know.
She's my girl. I just think that's just so cool to be like, hey, life's fucking weird out there. Let's figure it out.
But
together.
even to some of the women that were getting out, they were afraid to get out of jail. They were just in jail, not even prison, and they, you know, had done like a year in jail, and they were afraid to get out because they were just like, the last time I was here and I got out, within 24 hours, I was right back because I went right back to the same old people. I didn't have this. I didn't have a support system. And it's just like, jails are not meant for rehabilitation. They're not. They're meant to bring your ass right back in there. And the only thing that you have in there are the guards trying to maybe help you see life a different way. But you can talk to me all day, but if you don't give me resources, then that's not working.
Yeah.
You know, so you really can't rehabilitate me whatsoever.
Shawshank shit.
Listen, when I worked in a prison, I was just like, Lord, please. That's why I don't drive with any of my guns in my car. I just, listen, Lord, I can't. No.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not. I just, I'm not going to do it.
First of all, I can't even go to the bathroom on trips. Imagine trying to go to the bathroom in a room full of people.
Girl, Jesus, Lord. I remember when I went off to FAM and we had, like, in my dorm, I lived right across from the community bathroom, which had like 5 or 6 showers in it. Yeah. Barf. Fucking gross. I had to use shower shoes and a shower cap.
It's too much.
Ooh, my OCD-ness won't let me do it.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
And we are really all one decision away from committing a crime. And I feel so sorry for these women because, you know, they talk about the city of New Orleans and how New Orleans is really like, you know, a cesspool, and they're just like, this city will trap you. If you don't get out, you will be stuck, and this will be your life for the rest of your life.
Insane.
And I'm just like, people are really products of their environment, and people say, well, you have the same opportunities that I have.
That's
no,
bullshit.
they don't. They don't.
Like, I always think, like, I'm so blessed, so fucking lucky to have
Absolutely.
been born into the family I was born into and the
Absolutely.
situation. My mom cries every time we see homeless men, because she's like, that could be your brother. Like, what's different between them and him? And I was like, it would not be my brother, but it wouldn't be my brother because we have family and friend. Like, if anything ever happened like that, it would be like, you know, come stay with us, let's help you all. Not everyone has that, so it is really shitty to think like that could be my brother. Who knows, if it had been in you know what I mean, any other situation.
Because you look at your situation and you're just like, well, I mean, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, bitch. I ain't got boots on. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude.
So it was insane. It was funny though. It was the show is really, really funny, and just how they create these bonds. But it's really a codependency. Like, you're just using this person, to get through this experience. And then once you're out, it's almost like how men are like, well, I only got a husband in prison. I understand that, because you need something to pass the time while you're doing time. Like, as much as I love to nap, I don't think I could survive in jail just napping my whole sentence. Like, that wouldn't work. No. So you have to have somewhat of drama. And I think that's why prisons and jails are so, it has to be, because you have to have a certain level of drama to help you cope with getting through the day.
Yeah, the little things that like it's like the minutia that keeps your mind going, so you don't focus on the fact that you're stuck in a fucking building. You can't leave. And
then even to like one of the episodes, people were getting these what they call Buspar, and I guess it's like an anti-anxiety medication. I've never heard of Buspar before, but maybe it's another name for it. Buspar. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Buspar. I know Buspar.
Buspar. Yeah, it's like an anti-anxiety med, but they give them to like mostly all the women in the jail, and so some of them, of course, hoard them and they take them and they sell them. They're like, oh, if you give me a Buspar, then I'll give you a bag of Doritos or 2 bags of chips and all that kind of stuff. They have like a barter system and stuff. But even with regard to like mental health, like some of these women a lot of these people in jail are walking around with undiagnosed mental issues, and you know, kind of going into the rehab corner now. See how I just transitioned. Anyway,
dude, I would need to be medicated.
Yo, for real. Like, I don't understand why mental health services are not considered preventative measures when it comes to insurance companies.
I think because they're just so new at even being accepted in the like in the zeitgeist.
Yeah,
because like 10 years ago, people weren't fucking with therapy like they do now.
No, you're going to a shrink. Oh, you're crazy.
Literally a shrink. Like they called them shrinks still. And right. Like, oh, you're in there. Oh, you had to go to therapy. Therapy was like for little kids who had fucked up issues and were still wetting the bed, or like people with PTSD, or like that had something really bad happen to them. Yeah, it's not like
it was only for like veterans, schizophrenics, and kids.
Yeah, it was not like the very casual. Oh my god, you don't go to therapy? We all go to therapy. What does your therapist say? My therapist says that there was none of that.
But you know what I think? I think the reason why therapy is so widely accepted now, truly,
Dr. Phil.
No, Gen Z. Because Gen Z's like, yeah, it's peeling.
It's peeling. Yeah. It scared me first.
You're bleeding again. Oh my god. You got the booster now. Your ears are bleeding. Oh my god.
I'm just like
The Walking Dead. But yeah, I think Gen Z honestly helped to open that up to go to therapy, and then because they're calling out all these things. And then Gen X and millennials are just like, yo, we fucked up. The boomers fucked us up. But again, boomers are not blaming y'all. I am blaming you, but you are only responsible for what you know at the time. So, we're not trying to say that we don't have, empathetic feelings towards you. It's just the fact that the way you all grew up from the silent generation and all this other kind of stuff, the reson why these ripple effects of
generational trauma.
Absolutely. And people getting them dealt with now, and being able to be, better productive citizen of society.
I think that also there's more representation television wise of therapy. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, obviously everyone knows Dr. Phil, and he would sit you down and be like, what is going on?
Is he even really a real psychologist?
I don't know that he's actually a licensed therapist, or maybe he was, and he like, do you have to maintain your licensure?
I think you do. Maybe if you're still practicing.
Yeah. So I don't think he's practicing. I think he was at one time and he just doesn't practice anymore. Yeah. But like starting with him, but like on how many shows now is someone sitting in therapy, or they talk about therapy? So I think now it's just
one of my good friends from high school. Shouts out to Malika. She's actually I think she's almost done with her PhD. She's writing her dissertation now.
On Dr. Phil? No,
definitely not. She's I can't remember what her dissertation topic was. She told me at one point. But yeah, she's working on her PhD, and her PhD is in psychology, and so she is a therapist now. And I always want to go to her and like, let her be my therapist, and I'm like, no, you're my friend. That's kind of like a conflict. I don't think
I think she can't.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to talk to her about, as much as I trust her, I wouldn't want to talk to her specifically about my deep, dark emotions. I want to talk to a complete stranger.
I think she can't be your therapist.
Yeah.
Like, it's not allowed.
Yeah.
Because even, like, I don't think you and your, like, me and my mom can't go to the same therapist.
Really? Why not? If you go to, like, family therapy?
I think you have to be separated because it's very hard for me to, like, vent to you about my mom and have her vent to you about me, and then you not take those things and, like...
I think you could, because you're dealing with that person specifically. Like,
I think
and you're not going to share anything. Well, I mean... But
what if you do an accident?
I don't think you will. I don't think therapists will. Did we do think? Oh yeah, I did see a patient on accident. To my defense, they had the same diagnosis and the same surgery, and they were in the next room. Whatever.
A little confused there.
One have orders.
Or how easy would it be, like, just on an off day to be like, well, yeah, last time when we talked about da 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 da, and you'd be like, we didn't talk about that, and you're like, oh fuck.
But I don't think that's easily, like, mix upable, because when you go to family therapy, you're like, you know what, I want to see you by yourself, and then, you know, stuff like that.
I think you can have the same therapist with someone, but the kind of rule is that you wouldn't be discussing them in your therapy.
Yeah, probably.
But it would be hard for me to have therapy or my mom to have therapy and not us talk about each other because, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm also not a therapist.
Yeah, but the thing is too, I mean, my friend and I, we've been friends since high school. And so there are some things that maybe I may reveal that I don't want her to know.
And then, like that you wet the bed still?
No. No, that, you know, like different... Not traumas, but just the way that I think. Yeah, deeper. Yeah. It's like, no, I don't want our relationship to go that way.
It's pretty vulnerable.
You know? Yeah, and I don't want to be vulnerable with her in that particular way.
Yeah,
that's just like having your friend as like a gynecologist. I would do it. I mean, my friends who are nurses, like, you know, do I have a boil on my butt? What is this? You know, I trust them and stuff like that.
Do I have a boil on my butt? Is that what you said?
I'm just saying, it's just an intimate thing. I'd like to look at your butt.
I'd much rather someone look at my cervix than a boil on my butt.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, my GYN, we used to work together in Florida at the same hospital, and then we went into private practice. We worked at the same place. She's a midwife anyway, and she's here in San Antonio. And so every time, like, I go to her for like my annual, this is probably TMI, whatever. And I'm just sitting there.
Let me tell you about my uterus
in the stirrups, and I'm just like, yeah. So how's so and so doing? Blah 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 blah. And I'm happy that we talk about stuff like that, because at least you can distract me from, you know, you just like taking advantage of me, and you're not taking me out to dinner afterward. But
I tell you, my gynecologist told me her husband was cheating on her while her fingers were inside of me. It was the strangest experience of my life. When I tell y'all, I don't know what it is. Listen, I think that I have permanent resting bitch face. I'm not lying. And
you do.
I do. Thank you.
Me too.
So it shocks me at the most inappropriate time. Parties, bars, like people will start talking to me and they're like, well, yeah, you know, then my grandma died and she was the closest person to. I'm like, what the fuck are you telling me this for? Nothing about my, like, no questions. Maybe it's just because I'm like, oh, how are you doing? And they're like, oh, thank God you've asked. Unload this deep rooted shit onto me. And it's always in a weird setting, like we're out at a loud bar and they're like, yeah, and then, you know, that's just why I don't want to get married again. And I'm like, all of us are here having a good time.
Yeah, you're depressing me.
They're talking about TikTok over there. I would rather be in that conversation.
Maybe you have a healing property about yourself.
I don't fucking know. I don't want that. Maybe. She's literally fingering me at the fucking on the table, and she's like,
say your GYN was fingering you?
Anyway,
that's not what she's doing.
There's a medical term for it.
Palpation.
She's performing her exam, if that's what you want to call it.
Definitely checking your cervix.
She was having a good time, and
that's assault.
She was asking me how I was doing. I just was like, oh, I think I might have been finishing grad school. So I was like, oh, you know, finishing school, or I just started working.
Do you still go to see this gynecologist?
Yeah, I love her. She's great. And I was like, how are you? And she's like, oh, you know, well, my husband's cheating on me, and da 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 da. And I was just like,
get your fingers out of me now. That's weird.
I don't want to say anything crazy. She's inside of me.
Okay, I want to change the subject.
You started. I'm just saying. Anyway, all that to say,
mental health services should be considered preventative medicine for insurance purposes. Because if you have to go to your GYN every year, you got to go to your PCP every year. So what is the difference between that being prevented? Because also, too, honestly, these mass shootings and stuff that happen, a lot of these domestic disputes, domestic violence, you know, manic episodes, I think a lot of this stuff can be resolved if mental health is considered preventative and everybody has access to it.
Especially after a year in quarantine, everyone needs to be talking to
Yes.
somebody.
I mean, I think maybe therapists wouldn't necessarily want that to a degree because they're making a shit ton of money. I mean, because even like with the therapists that I go to, like, it's expensive. It's like $150 per session. And and that hour goes quick and you just be like, yeah, so I did this in my childhood, blah, blah. She'd be like, slow down. So no, bitch, I got an hour and I only got $150.
I'm maximizing my time.
Exactly. I just be rushing through it. Them first 5, free ones, they go real fast. You be like, God damn. But yeah, once you start unraveling and peeling back the onion and stuff, that stuff should be, mental health should be preventative.
Let's prioritize it.
Yeah, insurances. Come on, let's do better.
So then again, Aetna, Humana, Blue Cross, let us know.
Vista,
we'll come talk to you.
Medicare, Medicaid. What's some other ones?
I don't want to fuck with Medicare and Medicaid.
WellMed. I hate WellMed.
No, we're not fucking with WellMed.
Yeah,
either.
no, definitely not. All right, last thing that we're gonna talk about real quick. Big Brother. Do you watch that?
No, but
you forgot to bring that up when we were saying what we're watching. But
yeah, sorry. I never watched Big Brother, so I can't give you. I remember it was very popular when I was young. How many seasons of Big Brother have there
23.
been? 23. That's crazy. 23 me. Haha.
I watched the first 3 seasons.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like when it came out, I was like, oh my God, I absolutely love this show. And I watched it for the first 3 seasons faithfully. And then I was like, it became almost like Survivor. Like I watched the first 3 seasons of Survivor and I was like, this is getting old. It's too much
for you.
But yeah, they actually, the first black player actually won.
Okay, so I feel like I've been watching this season because I've been following it on TikTok religiously.
Yeah.
But all of the black players this year kind of got together secretly at the beginning and they were like, listen, we have to like form an alliance quietly so that these white people don't know what's going on. But that way, whenever anything happens, we can make sure we all stay in this game until the very end. So at least one black person wins. And they call that shit the cookout.
I love it.
That was their secret name. It was so good. And there's even like these clips of these white girls being like, have you noticed they never really talk to each other, but like it seems like something's going on. There's only black people left in the game. And this girl's like, no, that's not weird. What?
But I don't see color.
Literally. It was God, so good.
Yeah, but that's what happens in corporate America.
That is what happens
when you go to any job in corporate America. You first look for a black person or a person of your own, culture, right? And so, I know specifically for black people, if there's like 2 or 3 of us in a corner or just talking, that's too many.
Break it up.
And then somebody's gonna be like, "What are y'all talking about? None of your fucking business,
Break
bitch."
it up.
Yeah, and it's like the fact that they strategized that, I think was amazing.
The
Absolutely
best part
amazing.
at the hospital when you see like 2 or 3 black people together is when the next black person comes, you're like,
too many.
break it up.
Too many.
And everyone's like, ha, 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 and then you have to break it up because you're like, oh
You
shit, it
legit
is too
do.
many
They're
people.
like, they gonna think we having a conference. Don't do it. Or even when you have like the black patients. When I used to bring you in, like, hey, here's a black patient, and then they family members come in, you just like, too many black people.
To me, I gotta go.
Yeah, they be like, y'all having too much fun in here. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the door.
There's a certain level of melanin that you need to have in order to be in this conversation. You don't have it. Get out. How about that?
I love black people in the hospital.
Yes, it's hilarious. But yeah, I just think that's
I
amazing.
had a patient the other day. First of all, we'll just segue to the rehab corner real quick.
Yeah, we were already in it.
I'm bad at strokes. I'm bad at neuro. I don't like it. It's
Don't
not for
say
me.
you're bad. Just say that
I haven't had the proper opportunities to expand my
say
skills
that.
in neurology as of yet.
They're going to listen to this podcast and shove your ass right in neuro.
Right. They're like, oh, you want to be a neuro? Great. You're there for the rest of the year.
Neuro ICU.
Shit. So we've been having a lot of neuro patients stuck in CV because they have like AFib and they're like, oh, they can't go up to neurotele. So I had this stroke patient, this black lady, and super nice, but just super typical, like hard-headed middle-aged woman who's like, I'm not going to rehab. He's flaccid on the whole side. I'm not going to rehab. I don't need rehab. Da 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 da. All that to say, I come in one day. She's got this short, hasn't been combed in probably 2 weeks hair that she's been in the hospital, looking pretty rough. The next morning I come in, all I see is like dip nail powder.
Oh, Jesus.
She has half her hair braided, like gray braids down her ass. There's hair laying all over the bed.
Oh my God.
Her daughter came and then like early in the morning did her nails, started braiding her hair. And I was like, yes.
It's time for you to discharge.
I was like, this is what I needed to come in today. I was just like, I love black people so much.
Yeah. The one thing that I used to do all the time when I worked in the ICU, any black patient that I had, female, I would ask their family members, especially if they were intubated, sedated, bring their bonnet. Bring their bonnet, okay? Because when they wake up, their hair cannot be matted, okay? Where's the bonnet? Let's put some, and then like the nurse would try to put like French braids. I'm like, baby, that ain't gonna work. You're not gonna be able to do that. So I've had to twist and braid patient, African American women's hair in ICU. But it's a great kind of experience because they know that you are one of them and that you got them pretty much. So that's cool.
I was just like, I hope someone comes to braid my hair.
But you have very different hair, so I don't think your hair's gonna match.
It's not well, I don't know.
All you gotta do is just put some water on it; it'll curl right up.
That's true. I have cotton candy hair. It's like too white to be black, too black to be white. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in that weird gray space. I can't put like heavy oils in it.
No.
I can't put white shit in it either. It's not gonna cut it. Honestly, in case anyone was wondering, it's very hard to be mixed race. So
suck it up. You got curly hair.
Thank you.
Suck it up. That's why I locked my hair because I was tired of doing it.
That's smart. I know everyone's like, you should wear your hair natural. Fuck that. Do you know how much I have to do to keep this shit looking good if it's natural?
Why do you think I locked my hair?
It's ridiculous.
It was too much. You could become a product junkie. It's too much.
I was staring at this black girl at the store the other day at Target because her head was shaved and it was blonde and it just looked so good. And I was just thinking, like,
shave your head?
No, but I was like, how easy it must be and how good she looked. I don't think I'd look good with a shaved head.
You probably got to always wear makeup though, and like make sure that you have earrings and really done up to not look,
I was just like, you are so beautiful, and like it's striking because you have no hair.
But you also have to have a really nice shaped head because if you don't,
good bone structure too.
One of my cousins, she has like the perfect shaped head for everything: natural hair, straight hair, hats, locks, whatever, pixie cuts. She just has the perfect if she wanted to shave her head. Even my best friend got a perfectly round head.
I think I got bumps and lumps in this shit. I can't do it.
You see how big? Look how big my fucking head is. Look how big my head is.
I won't look at it.
I know it's big.
Anyway, all that to say, don't even know what I was saying. It's fine.
We were talking about hair. I don't even know how it got. Anyway,
hair.
Anything else we need to talk? We need to wrap this up.
No. Honestly, everybody. Yeah.
Spread love. You struggle with this thing all the time. And for those that are listening to the podcast and not watching it, she's literally holding this stand in her hand and just... Let's get the fuck out of here. Spread love.
Everyone have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Spread love, light, and don't forget to laugh your face off. Good God almighty. Ma'am. Oh, Lord. Yeah, we definitely are done. What the fuck, dude? Did you tear the whole thing off? And you're still just holding it like it's Simba.
What the fuck?
Oh my
How did that happen?
I have no clue. What were you trying to do?
Nothing. I was trying to move this.
You are insane. Oh my gosh.
Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. Be sure to tune in to The Face Off every Tuesday where new episodes are released.